welcome back. So, as you know, during this coronavirus isolation period, many dancers are stuck at home, but they still want to continue improving their dancing. So, I'm sharing weekly YouTube demos on different things we can work on in a small space, on carpet, alone, at home, to continue improving our dancing. And today, the figure I would love to look at is in bronze, waltz, and it's a back lock. So, leads, let's start with your footwork. My favorite intro in is a chasse to right. I feel that looks best competitively, and it's easiest to lead socially, so that's the intro I'm going to show today, okay? I'm not going to focus on the chasse to right, but that's going to be the intro in. So, that's my chasse to right. I have focused on that in a different YouTube demo if you want to watch that video. Here's the back lock leads. You're going to go back on the left toe, back on the right toe, hook in front with the left, back on the right. And for today we'll focus on an outside change finish, would be back on the left, turning to your outside wall, forward outside of partner on your left. We won't focus too much on that finish, but that's just a bronze level figure that, again, very easy to lead socially and looks pretty good competitively. If I were dancing silver or gold, I would probably finish that with an outside spin. Instead, I'll show that once just so you can see the sequence, but I'm not going to focus on this whole sequence today. That would look like this. Chasse to right, back lock, and outside spin. It's a little snazzier. I wouldn't lead that socially. A lot of ladies aren't necessarily going to have done those silver figures before, but artistically that's an option if you do compete, and I would recommend doing that amalgamation instead if you are competing in silver or gold. Okay, let's talk about the foot angle. So my biggest complaint I see and I feel when I'm dancing with folks in our community is the leads fail to turn out the feet in the lock. So when you're going back here, this one's pretty good. This is outside of partner. You're turning the left foot to the girl. But then I see this. I'm going to exaggerate bad. Step, hook, step. So you're taking your feet down the line that you're traveling. This turns your center off of your girl. It's very hard for me to follow. What I would love to see instead, what a great band-aid and a fix this is going to be. Here, now here it comes, here it comes. Left side to partner and right foot to partner. Then you turn the left foot out, okay? So it's important to turn that right foot out when you go back. And we have turn out in the middle of that lock, okay? I wouldn't have turn out when I'm doing a chasse to right, I would when I'm doing that back lock. So here, turn the feet apart, so the feet shouldn't be to the girl, both the feet shouldn't be down line. We should have one to the partner, one turned out, and then we'll finish out with the outside change. Okay, let's talk about the timing. It's going to be 1, 2, and 3. Or if I were doing the chasse ahead, 1, progressive chasse to right, back lock, 2 and 3, and then the outside change would be 4, 5, 6, okay? Lead, something that'll help the lady follow is staying lower. I know that the ISTD book says to commence a rise to the whole thing and fall at the very end of beat 3, but everyone rises too much that I see leading this, and it makes her want to do a chasse instead of a lock. A lock has her pass the feet, a chasse has her close the feet. So my suggestion, even though you will naturally rise as your feet come closer together, and you'll naturally fall as your feet go apart. I don't know if you can see that, but there's going to be a natural rise and fall. Don't try to artificially make it rise and fall. That'll just jack up your frame and your lead. So try to stay low in the knees during this thing, okay? That rise is going to happen naturally. So stay low, 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 okay? I suggest trying to stay lower than you think you should the whole time. You're going to rise naturally because of the footwork. So I'll show that again. To give a really good lead, we're going to stay low,
And then the lower you are, the more you want to lift your top line. So lift from the hips up, really long. Strong left side lead because she's going outside of partner. I want you to look down back in that line of dance or outside of your hands. Certainly don't look at your girl or diag center. That will telegraph that you're going somewhere else to the girl. That's another common problem I see. So I see this with the head. I don't know what you're looking at, but your audience, your judges are out here. So generally speaking, as men, we want to look where we were or where we're going. And that's not there. It would either be there or there. In this case, we're going to look behind us. So 1, she's outside of partner, outside of partner. She's still outside of partner. She's outside of partner. She's not going to go inside of partner just until that very last second on beat 2, that side change, and then back outside of partner. Okay. Ladies, let's go over your part. So, and I'll show it going down line of dance. In a little bit, I'll go over man and ladies part, showing from some different angles. Because I know it's hard to see just from one angle what exactly I'm doing. So ladies, we're gonna go into this from a shot side to right. It's a really common intro. So as lady, I'm going back, side close forward. Okay, here's the lock. I'm gonna go forward on a right heel, forward on a left toe, hook behind on a right toe, forward on a left toe, forward on a right heel, and that'll be my next step. Finishing with that outside change, let me come a little closer. And now I'm just gonna isolate the lock instead of doing that progressive chasse ahead of it. So we're going 1, 2, and 3. And whatever step we do next, we know it's gonna go forward on a right heel. Could turn here, could turn here, depends on what he leads next. I'm not going to focus on that silver ending today, but I'll show that once just so you can see how it connects, ladies. I'm going to do a back lock into the outside spin just so you see what that would look like. Slow, quick, and slow, 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 slow. He's probably not going to lead that socially, and that combo would only be allowed in silver or gold for competition, but it's definitely an option and one that I do like. More common would be that outside change ending, so I'll show that. Slow, quick, and slow, 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 slow. Let's review heels and toes again. Heel, toe, 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 and then heel, toe, toe. Okay, so ladies, the biggest, most common mistake I see is with the head position in your back locks. So what I see is your head, I call it blowing back in the wind or not staying left. So whether we're outside of partner, in promenade, in closed position, I want my head left of my butt cheek, left of my butt cheek, left of my butt cheek. It's very occasional to go right, but when in doubt, take it left. And I often, I would say 90% of the time, see this with the lady's head position in that back lock. 1, 2, and 3. And you end up falling behind your right butt cheek. It actually should be ahead, okay? So I'll show correct so we can see that in contrast. So this is the back lock with a good head. Forward, okay? My head's still left of my butt. Forward, oh, it's still left. Hook, it's still left. And it's still left, okay? So we're gonna keep that head left. Regardless of what we do, I'll show that again. From this angle, I think a little easier to see sideways. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's always left, it's never right. I'm gonna show this angle just so we can get a little different perspective. For lady, this is our back lock again with the head left. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. our timing is the same as the guy. Ladies, we also want to turn out our feet whenever we lock. So what I don't want to see with the feet, and actually it'll be easiest to see if I go straight into the camera here. I don't want to see 1, 2, and 3. Okay. We want to see turnout in the middle of that lock. That'll give you a better standing leg action. 1, 2, and you see it? 3. Ladies, we also have the same fix that the man does, which is, although the book says to commence to rise, continue to rise, follow the end of the 3, don't do that. When you try to do the rise, you end up with a choppy action on your top line. The rise will happen as a result of the footwork. The rise will happen naturally. I want to focus on staying low. As a matter of fact, as lady, I'm always going to stay even lower than the guy. My legs are usually shorter than his, so when I'm low, I can go farther, and I'll show that in contrast. I'll show it this way, probably be easier to see. So here's too high in the legs, although it's like textbook correct. 1, 2, and 3, 4. It's kind of short and choppy. We stay extra low, you're going to get a more beautiful shape. You'll get better flight, and you'll stay better connected to him and out of his way. It'll feel lighter in his arms. So 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so it's going to be easier to go farther. Another common mistake I see for ladies is lifting the feet off of the ground. That would look something like this. 1, 2, and 3. Generally speaking, in waltz, we want to slide through each step. So it doesn't matter what step we're doing. We're going to go toe flat heel, slide on the heel. Or if you have a toe, slide on the toe. We do lift the feet in tango, but generally not in waltz. Okay, so I'll show hopefully a good slide. That'll create a nice swing in there. We go toe flat, heel. Okay, and we'll slide the feet. Ladies, that'll apply to you too. Ladies, I know that's super hard to do. It's not going to feel natural when you're wearing those super high heels. I apologize for that, but it'll get easier with time and practice. And we do have another YouTube demo up on some little exercises we can do at home to improve our foot and ankle strength. That'll make that a little bit easier. Okay, let me shift back to leads part. I just want to show that from a couple different angles. So you can see all the bells and whistles, okay? So we already showed it down line of dance. I'll show that one more time. For lead, back lock, back, back, hook, back, and we finish out. Okay, now we'll show this way. We'll pretend this is our line of dance, okay? Leads, also, when you want to do a right movement here, try not to take her with the elbow. This is really uncomfortable for your girl, and it actually takes your center off of me, and it's harder to follow. So go ahead and let me stay behind. I'll catch up on the next figure. She is going to feel behind you, but she's following. By definition, she's going to be a little bit behind you. Don't worry, she's coming. She feels the lead. So don't drag her with the elbow. Just turn the body and the feet. So 1, 2, and 3. Okay, now I'll show this way. We'll pretend this is our line of dance, this way. And 1, 2, and 3. Okay, now I'm going to show backwards. So we're pretending this is our line of dance now. Okay, and 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and finally one more time, kind of our normal line of dance here. And I'll show with the chassé and the outside change. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, 5, and 6, and 1, 2, 3. Okay. And ladies, I'll do that one more time for you from each angle. We're going this line of dance here. You're going forward down line of dance. 1, 2, and 3, outside change, 4, 5, 6. Now 4, 5, 6. Now we'll head back this way, ladies. So we're attending. This is our line of dance. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6. And finally, we'll show backwards. So we're pretending this is our line of dance. So we're dancing this way down the floor. 1, 2, and 3. Outside change. 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that is our back walk. Those are our little tips and tricks. We can work on that one figure at home and hopefully improve our dancing. Thank you so much for watching today. If you had fun watching today's video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I look forward to seeing you back in the dance studio soon. Have a good day, guys. Bye-bye.